sister friends. We are going to be discussing Sister Wives, episode 7 here today. Let's do it. All right, here's my general overview recap of the episode. It was good. I felt like it was meaty. We had stuff that we could sink our teeth into. I love the whole storyline and following Maddie as she's getting ready to give birth. And I love watching the kids get ready for that and hearing about, that's all the stuff I've been wanting. Like, show us the rest of the family. Show us what's happening with the kids. I love that Gabe was there and Peyton was there. Loved it.
So did you love it?
Loved it, loved it, loved it. And Meri loved that too. It wasn't just, actually, now that I think about it, I was going to say it wasn't just the quilt where she was cutting it up and talking mean about Kody, which was good, but any little stabs at Kody is good. But even then, she did have a little bit to share about the past that we didn't know, but not a lot. This time going through the box, I thought, ugh. And some of it was, oh, here are the napkins. Here's the invitation. Which, quite frankly, this wedding was opulent.
It's a joke.
The word just opulence comes to mind.
But in all seriousness,
cocktail napkins that were embossed with a poem and their names and the dates. I thought things were pretty bare bone back at the AUB, and neither of them really had much money. So it shocked me. What else shocked me? Meri made her own dress. That shocked me. I think her dress was beautiful for the 80s. It was very appropriate for the time. And her ability to make that dress, I'm like, okay. I get it. She can sew. I mean, look at what Christine's mom put together for her. It looked like a potato sack. I could do that. The little stitch witchery and an iron and some fabric. Like, there was no shape to it. Meri's had shape and volume and the puffy shoulders that were popular back in the time. That's not easy to put together. I was impressed. I was impressed she made it by herself. Another piece of information I didn't know. We also learned about the ring. Okay, I won't talk about it just yet. I'm sitting here rambling on. The Kody and Robyn stuff, not so great. Kind of boring, actually. Can you believe it? Sort of nice that it's kind of boring. But they still put way too much of them in this episode. Okay, here we go. Let me kind of look in order here of the episode and talk about some of the stuff that we saw. The show actually started off with Meri going through this bucket of stuff from her wedding. She doesn't know what to do with her wedding dress. It seems so obvious and so easy to me. She's not interested. She's not married anymore. And she doesn't have a daughter who wants it as part of her wedding dress to like stitch it into, sometimes you cut up mother's wedding dress and put part of it in the daughter's wedding dress or something like that. That's not going to happen. So you donate it. You give it to Goodwill or Salvation Army. Somebody is going to buy it. It might be a theater program.
I don't know what to do with this stuff. I'm never going to wear it again. I'm not going to be passing it on to my kiddo. I don't know what to do with it.
Somebody will find a use for it. Donation seems to be beyond this family. We never hear them talk about donating anything, do we?
Nope.
Meri says she has an entire storage area full of buckets of stuff from her life back with Kody. Why? To save for what? She even admitted when they were talking about the rings that Leon and Audrey would not want to have rings made out of something melted down that was sentimental from her. I guess they just don't have that same sentimental feeling to her or to the family or to Kody. I don't know what, but that's not even a possibility. So get rid of it all. Why have the negative memories? I don't know. It seems easy. And the rest of the stuff, like the pile of napkins and the programs and all this stuff, you just pitch it. Nobody wants that stuff. Just get rid of it. Or the napkins, go ahead, use them. Use them as toilet paper. All right, what else happened? They asked Robyn, was that a good memory, her wedding day?
Is it a good memory, your wedding day?
can I be the helpless victim?
Long pause. Long pause. I love what she started saying at the beginning. I think it's a Freudian slip. But then she went on to explain it, which was a little bit different. She says,
It's a good memory because I accomplished the thing that I wanted to accomplish.
because I accomplished the thing I wanted to accomplish. And I'm like, all right. She just said in a nutshell everything we've been saying all along. What did she want to accomplish? She wanted to have notoriety, fame, and money. In order to do that, she had to get into this family. She had to pull the wool over everyone's eyes, all 3 wives and Kody's. It's easy to do it with Kody. He's got the sexual maturity of a 12-year-old, so all she had to do is bat her eyelashes at him, and he was smitten. So then she just had to work through Meri and then try to get the other 2 on her side. Once she got Janelle on her side, it was a done deal. Christine was outvoted. That's how I interpret that. Now she went on to say that the reason why she accomplished what she meant to accomplish meant that everybody felt safe.
My goal was to make sure that everybody felt like they were having a good time and felt comfortable and emotionally safe.
Of course she said safe. We have another dreadful scene. Dreadful! There's another dreadful scene of Kody and Robyn going to eat at another restaurant. I'm convinced the only reason why this is so prevalent in Sister Wives is so the 2 of them can get a free meal. As each wife leaves, less and less money is coming into the family pot. They are losing out on their extra spending cash, so they need TLC to pay for meals. And it starts off right away with Kody doing his overcompensating. Right away, you know it's a lie when he starts off with the absolutes. One of his favorites is constantly.
It's a fight constantly to have an idea even heard. I felt like I was dealing with somebody who was constantly agitated. Robyn and I constantly are engaging our relationship.
Robyn and I are constantly engaging in our relationship. What does that even mean? Robyn and I are constantly engaging in our relationship. Engaging in you're doing things together. You're talking things out. What does that mean? Just explain yourselves. What do you mean to say? Just say what you mean to say. Whatever it is, I know it's not happening constantly. So the whole sentence is a lie anyway. But wait, because we get constantly again in the same interview about the same topic.
Emotional intimacy is something that is constantly necessary for Robyn and I.
What is he even talking about?
Whenever you speak, all people will hear is goo goo and gaga.
I honestly don't think they have emotional intimacy. I don't think he even understands what emotional intimacy is. I think in Kody's brain, he hears emotional intimacy and he hears the word intimacy and goes, oh, sex. That's what it is. And we need to have it constantly. Ew. You don't see him ever being vulnerable or emotional or connecting. You don't see vulnerability, all the things that would be components of emotional intimacy. Never. I don't think he understands what the word means, but he thinks it's happening constantly. And I'll tell you this, nobody in the world with a healthy relationship is having constant emotional intimacy. A normal relationship at times goes through periods of struggle or disconnect, or you feel like you're not getting the person and then you work your way back together. I think that's the normal ebbs and flows of any relationship. Not Kody's. Constant.
When we're with the kids, there's a tendency for us to feel like, co-parents or battle buddies.
Well, that's sad. Why so much fighting in your house, Kody and Robyn? I do want to know. And why specifically when you're around the kids? Do tell. This would have been a good probing question for TLC to follow up on, just saying.
The kids have a tendency to draw a lot of our attention. And it's like literally the door to the bedroom is always open. One kid and then the next kid and then the next kid just coming into the room to get a little love, little attention, a little conversation with mom.
Okay, I find this very interesting. So their bedroom door is a revolving door. Come in whenever you want. But why, when they're in bed at night, do kids keep coming in? It doesn't make sense to me. Their youngest is probably 10 by now, double digits. Nobody needs to be coming in there. Do they go to bed before the kids are done at the end of the day, so they need to come in and talk to them? I don't understand. Now, I know my girls would sometimes go out with friends, and when they got home, I could be sitting in the bed reading or whatever. If the lights were out, they wouldn't bother me. But if I had the night light on or the side bed light on, they would come in and like, oh, tell me, how was it? Did you have a good time? That's great. But I don't think her girls are going out late at night.
Absolutely not.
They don't strike me as a household that allows their 20-year-olds to be out past 9 p.m. Not after the sun goes down. When the street lights come on, you come home. And Saul and Ari are too old to need to be in mommy and daddy's bed at night. So I'm very confused by this because his example was there comes one, then there comes another one, then there comes another one. So he gave an example of like at least 3 kids coming in during the night. And do you notice how he said they come in to spend time with mom? Nobody's coming to visit Kody.
He's jealous.
So this scene that's being recorded is pre-Timu teeth. So this is in the past. Kody is much more bloated and red. This is before he did special forces and didn't eat anything for that whole week and lost all that weight. Kody goes on to share with us that he wanted to insinuate the reason why Robyn wasn't getting any sleep at night was because she's so busy with him.
Here you are trying to make me vomit.
And she shares
That'd be better, actually.
Would it?
Oh, yeah.
lies. 100% lies. There is no way that that woman would rather have alone time with Kody over her kids coming in there and talking with her, cuddling with her, spending time with her. No way. Ugh. Could you imagine? I would take a strange kid, neighbor kid who I didn't even like, and have him come over at night, spend some time talking to me rather than spending alone time with Kody, for sure. And of course, while she says that to him the whole time, she's looking down and saying it. She's not making eye contact with him.
That'd be better, actually.
Would it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Like if she really meant it, she would be looking in his eyes. These two are having major issues.
Like, I don't feel like an old person.
You look like one.
You know, it's like I still want to sit and dance to the 90s music, you know?
Yeah.
No, you don't. You don't like dancing, Robyn. Come on. This is all to set up the scene for what's going to happen next. Fake conversation. So we're going to have this horribly uncomfortable fake scene. You want to dance in the 90s? Maybe you. He even leans in like the old sitcoms.
I thought I was going to kill myself laughing, watching her run away from that snake.
How could you see me run? You were way ahead of me.
Maybe you and I need to do some dancing.
And then she's like the classic wife on the Honeymooners or something. Well, honey, you and I need to learn how to dance.
Well, we need to learn how to dance.
Cut to the next fake line. Well, as he's leaning in so far, he's going to fall out of his chair, trying to get as close to her as possible.
Don't we know how to dance together?
Wait, what's my next line?
And Robyn goes on to say, well, you do your crazy dancing. And then she does her crazy face that she always does when she imitates, boy, I'm married to a lunatic. Where she's like, what are you doing?
No, not when we're just together, when it's just you and me.
I'm not going to match his exuberance. It's just not my style.
My style is that of a wet paper towel. Kody continues to talk to her and he's leaning further and further over. I would just love it if his chair broke. She can't be any further back and he can't lean in anymore. Their body language screams, Kody, I'm into you. Robyn, get away from me. So then we have an entire scene here and an entire scene at the dance studio full of Kody making excuses as to why he doesn't need to take dance lessons and what's wrong with Robyn. And he starts off with a bang. The first one,
She just doesn't want to do it my way.
this is a problem with all the wives. They just don't want to do it my way. I mean, if everyone would just do everything my way, life would be easy for everybody. But when it comes to dancing, Kody, nobody wants to do it your way. It's weird and uncomfortable just to watch, but certainly nobody wants to participate in that. Nor can you, because as I've said before, his dancing is like a full body grand mal seizure. And all you want to do is take 8 steps back to keep yourself safe from being physically assaulted.
You're asking if I could be tamed? Well, I am a monogamist now, so maybe I can be tamed. And again, there's always a wild man in here.
He thinks that was such a funny comment. Do you see a little smile at the end? I'm still a man. I'm still the guy. There's a wild man in here. Like a bucking bronco. Yeah. Kody Brown. We're in North Carolina.
Peyton and Savannah are around, so it's made it kind of a bigger family. I'm really lucky this weekend because Gabe is here too.
Hayden is talking slightly, a little bit, about the girlfriend that he currently has that he just found since he got to North Carolina. He hasn't been there that long. So he has a girlfriend. I think I heard through the grapevine they've broken up since then in real time as of like today day. But at the time, he had a girlfriend. I'm happy for Payton. I want him to find just a really nice girl, especially since he's been the cast off kid by Kody this whole time. I want to see him like rise up. I'm going to find a great gal, and I want the two of them to be successful and to stay close to family. All the things that will bother Kody. I'm here for it. Gabe is there as well. Love some Gabe. Gabe found, this is confusing to me. I don't know the whole story, but Gabe admitted that he slid into some girl's DMs. That's how he met her. She became his girlfriend. She lives in Chicago. So who would he know on social media that he would slide into their DMs who doesn't even live in the same state as him? So it's not like he was at a party and he slid into the DMs of somebody he kind of sort of met. It seems like she was somebody just out there that he just, I don't know, contacted. I need to know more to the story. Again, TLC, a question, maybe. I don't know. Maybe because it's the kids. I'm just happy they're there. I'm happy they're there. I won't push the issue, but I feel like I have so many questions.
So who's this girlfriend you're talking about?
Her name is Ava. She's wonderful. Who's this girlfriend you're talking about?
Her name is Bree. She's wonderful.
Okay.
And where is she from? Chicago.
I moved and then met mine. You met yours and now you're moving?
I don't know what you're talking about.
When were you going to tell me? Is this just like we don't tell family things now?
Where are you going?
Chicago.
You're moving in?
Not till October.
Dude, that's like 9 months away. That's a long time to plan.
I guess if they make it that long, it's probably okay that they move in together.
Our thoughts exactly.
How'd you meet?
I DM'd her.
Nice.
Modern love story.
And apparently Gabe is going to get his master's degree, I believe, in Chicago, and he's going to move in with the girlfriend and stay with her for the 5 months before his college begins. I'm guessing he's going to be living on campus, probably. That's the impression I got from it. So in the meantime, he's there. Now, is he going to graduate school in Chicago because he was dating this girl? So he decided, let me go get another degree. Is he pulling a Dayton? I'm just going to get another degree. Put off really working. Or is it possible that he always wanted to go to whatever college this is and get his master's degree in Chicago? And since he would be moving there, he decided to open up the dating app for the vicinity of the greater Chicago area. And he met somebody. Didn't he say he slid into their DMs? You would on a dating app. He just said he DM'd his current girlfriend. I don't know what that means. I need a lot more information. If anybody knows any, write it down below. But I'm happy for Payton and Gabe. I hope that they both have girlfriends now currently. I hope Gabe is still with the same one. And I hope Payton has found another one, if indeed he did break up with the girl that he was dating at the time of this recording.
No, Maddie doesn't really even tell him that she's pregnant. He'll find out. They haven't spoken for a long time. It's probably been 2 or 3 years since they've spoken.
It's been 2 or 3 years since Maddie has spoken to Kody. 2 or 3 years. Since the show is basically almost caught up on timeline, that would lead me to believe that throughout the entire Garrison burial time when they were together, or the other two, the military memorial service for him or their own memorial service that they did, that none of those Maddie spoke to Kody. That is a major fracture for sure. But you know what? I bet Kody didn't even try to approach her either. So there you go. We go back to Parawan, and as they're going through this box, there was a note from Kody. In the bottom of the box, there was actually another box full of just notes. So in this box were all the notes from Kody. There's a lot of them. And he wrote nice things to her in there. Find it interesting that as a new married guy, he made the choice to hang out with his friend Kyle until 2:30 in the morning with a brand new wife at home, knowing he had to leave for work at 6:30 or thereabouts. I can't remember if it was 2 to 6:30, 2:30 to 6, something like that. Between 2 and 6, 4 hours later.
Infuriating, irresponsible.
The maturity level of a teenager is what he had when she married him. I don't know how she dealt with it, but he will go on to blame her. I'm telling you right now, if my brand new husband came home and then I also knew that this husband was eventually going to get another wife. That's a whole separate thing. Even without that piece, if just my husband was hanging out with his buddy Kyle until 2:30 in the morning when he had to be at work at 6:30 the next morning, I would be like, what did I just marry? Does he have 0 sense?
Real mature.
No. No. I'm starting to understand some of Mary's insecurities right here. So here's Kody's note. It says, "Dear best friend, Meri," in parentheses. I don't know if that's for her benefit or his. I like, who's going to forget? But at any rate, I am very sorry I'm not here for you this morning. Although I'm at work, my heart is with you. I got to bed at 2 a.m. and I need to leave at 6:15 a.m. I'll be home at about 4:30 p.m. Try to get some, in parentheses, or a bunch, B-U-N. I think he meant to write bunch. He wrote bund, B-U-N-D. It's only 4 letters. And the U, he had another letter that he changed to U. Anyway, or a bund of rest. Maybe he meant to write bundle? I don't know. All right, let me go back and read that. So try to get some or a bunch of rest before then so that we can spend the late afternoon together. I'm sorry that our work is keeping us apart, but it will make us tough and we need to make sacrifices. Oh, do. And we do need to make some sacrifices. Keep your head up and a smile on your face. You are always so pretty when you smile. Oh, Mary's pretty too. He had more than one pretty wife. I wonder if Robyn knows that that's a recycled word from Meri. All right, what else does it say? You are always so pretty when you smile. Okay. Keep a positive attitude through our trials and you'll become a stronger person. The Lord wants us to be strong. I swear it looks like it says the Lord wants us to be strange. Okay. It says if it's really hard. I'm sorry that I'm like reading is difficult for me, but his writing is odd. They're all capital letters, but they're choppy. Some letters are not complete. If you something down because life is a little bit difficult. Oh, get. See, it looks just like an O, but apparently it's a G. Okay. If you get down because life is a little bit difficult, just remember how much I love you. Oh, I thought he never loved Meri. Interesting. So was he just a liar, manipulator, and leading her on back then? Or did he really love Meri? Okay. He says, that should keep you warm inside. I love you tons and gobs. Your best friend and buddy. Your husband and loving chum. Your mate for life and eternity. Oh my God, he signed it Kody Brown. I'm Kody Brown! I think I would have freaked out if my husband ever, certainly when we first got married, but ever signed it first and last name. Again, he's just an odd duck. What can I say? Moving on.
Meri was very insecure. I spent a good part of my life just trying to build something of confidence there.
We have a victim here.
Just need a lot of reassurance.
You're stupid.
Listen, Kody Brown, if you spent a good part of your life trying to build confidence there, then you wouldn't be going out till 2:30 in the morning with your buddy Kyle. He states this like his life was so difficult with Meri. Listen, I don't think she was a peach.
Heck no!
I think she was insecure. Let me tell you what I was like when I was 19. I would have been freaking out if I knew this man that I'm married to and who I love is looking around for other women because he's interested in marrying another one to sleep with her. It would be driving me insane. And he goes out until 2:30 in the morning. Of course she's insecure. Good golly. He's causing it. His behavior is making her even more insecure than any normal 19-year-old girl would be, knowing that her man in the next couple of years is going to start sleeping with another woman. Gosh, this religion is so messed up. I'm keeping it clean here today, people.
I guess I would think that if a man is married to a woman and he's open to, another relationship, would he not be kind and be reassuring to his wife, knowing that this might be hurtful to her?
Well put, Meri. So we're going to start the conversation about the rings now. Meri starts off by sharing a beautiful story about how when Janelle married into the family, Janelle's mom had a ring that she received from Janelle's father. Now, Janelle's father passed away when Janelle was young, very young. She gave that ring to Kody to put into 2 rings for both Meri and Janelle, which is a beautiful thing.
She wanted to put the diamond from that wedding ring into mine and Kody's Claudia rings. I mean, it just kind of made me feel like part of it, I guess, kind of. I always thought that was the coolest gesture. Cool. I always thought it was really sweet. I should give her that diamond back.
He put it into a Claudia ring. So I guess that was the beginning of the Claudia ring thing. I don't know all the details. Anyway, it was a loving gesture. And I like the scene because it's the calm, reflective Meri, as opposed to just the bashing him because of a nasty thing he's done in the past, which I'm all for too. Don't get me wrong. But I'm really enjoying this episode of them digging deeper and being calmer. It's nice. It's very nice. Meri goes on to say she's not sure if she ever mentioned to Janelle how much that meant to her. I hope she does. And she doesn't just rely on this show being the way that Janelle finds out about it. Like, these people use the show to communicate with each other because they can't communicate. They need to learn to communicate.
It will never happen.
We go to Christine and David's house. And apparently earlier in the day, Christine and David had a big fight. The big fight was over the fact that David feels when he speaks to Peyton, and Peyton is starting to share personal, deep feelings about himself, that he will always quote movies or TV shows to express himself. David feels like Peyton's not in touch with what he's really feeling and thinking deep down inside, because he's just grabbing these quotes and reciting them instead. Now, I see both sides of this. I really do. I can see how somebody would say, I don't want to know what this director or this writer said, what this movie said, or what this television show said. I want to know what you're thinking and feeling deep down inside. Even if you stumble over your words and it's not eloquent, I don't care. Tell me what's inside of you. I completely see that side of it. On the other hand, I can also see the other side, that for somebody who really struggles with sharing their emotions and their feelings, that if their way of doing it is identifying with a line from a movie, then that's a bridge to get there. I don't think that should be it for the rest of their lives, because then you become Kody Brown, who just likes to quote movie lyrics, philosophers, lines from books, song titles, song bridges, song choruses. Kody Brown doesn't have an original thought in his head because he's always spewing out. That comment he made the other day, I stumbled upon it, ironically, just this week. What did he say? He said, the way you do something is the way you'll do everything. This is why he justified not getting another sister wife, because he blew it with the first 3. So the way you do something is the way you'll do everything, is what he said.
Don't you learn from your mistakes?
I completely disagree with it, but it turns out it's from some philosopher. I don't even know how I came across it, but I came across it at one point. Some philosopher said it. He's quoting philosophers, dumb ones. At least this quote was. I don't know how dumb the philosopher was. I don't remember which philosopher it was. I'm not a huge fan of philosophy. If you struggle to share what you're thinking and feeling, and you rely on a quote to fill it in, you're borrowing someone else's words. Then again, that's where Peyton is right now. Okay. He needs to move beyond it. He doesn't want to turn out being like Kody Brown at age 57, reciting song lyrics and claiming them as his own words. So that was what the argument was all about. And apparently it was quite heated. Christine said it was the biggest argument they ever had. So this is significant, especially since they seem to be okay right now in the kitchen, which, by the way, Christine looks beautiful. Very natural, but just really beautiful. Hey, it's halfway through the episode, and I am so glad you're here. If you can do me a favor, do a few free things that will really help out my channel. That is watching the videos all the way to the very end, watching the commercials without hitting skip, although they're really long ones, go ahead and skip, they're crazy. Subscribing to the channel, hitting the like button, leaving me comments, all those things. Finally, before any time you do your Amazon shopping, go through one of my links down in the show notes below. Click on that item first and then just do your regular shopping. That benefits my channel and it's free. It takes me a long time to edit these videos. Days. So I appreciate you taking a few seconds to do the little things that help boost the channel, help boost the algorithm, and help more people find out about Senior Perspective on Sister Wives. All right, let's get back to the review. You know what? I'm sure she took offense at the fact that David was saying something negative about her son. I'm sure that's what it stemmed from.
Understandable.
And I think David wasn't intentionally trying to say something negative about her son. I think in all honesty, he was trying to help the situation and say, hey, you can't always just quote movies.
How are you feeling? Really?
Talk to me.
But Christine got more vulnerable and more real, and it was just really beautiful to see them work through this. And more than anything, it's just nice. It's just, talk about a palate cleanser. Like, it was a slice of heaven to have her just be real and share. Probably my favorite part of the entire episode. Gosh, can we have more of this Christine? I love her. Christine does share, which I thought was wonderful. And I felt for her and I could relate to her. I love it when she's relatable. She said the reason Peyton quotes all of these movies is because they watched a lot of movies growing up. Apparently her girls love Twilight. She literally read it 3 times with them. 3 times. That's a thick book. The whole series, because there's multiple books. It was a connection that she had with the kids. And then they could discuss it. It was a topic of conversation for them. It was a way to bring them together. It was a bonding thing. And for Christine, it was an escape. She wasn't thinking about Kody. She wasn't thinking about the fact that he was with other women. She wasn't thinking about the fact he was never in her home. She wasn't thinking about the fact she was essentially a single mom and giving all her money away to another one of Kody's women.
Real. I didn't want to be real all the time. It was too hard. Life was too hard to be real. I needed sometimes it to be fake and pretend.
I really felt for her as she was explaining this on the show, and I loved it. I mean, I was sad for her for what she was going through, but I loved how she was willing to share that with us. So then we have a fake scene of Robyn being embarrassed because she's so shy. We're playing up the shy card, and I'm not buying it for a second.
So we've set up a chance to have a dance lesson. We're headed there now.
Kody's sharing with them why he's there and the fact that the ball and chain over here wants me to take dance lessons because she doesn't like the way I dance.
I've been asking her to come here to dance with me, and she says not until you have a dance lesson.
Okay, you know what? We just didn't need to tell them this. We just need to go learn.
Robyn says,
He dances with me like I'm the pole and he's
The stripper?
He's dancing around me like I'm his accessory.
So she's okay with sharing the fact that he dances around her like he's a stripper and she's the pole. That she can share. But she's all now nervous and embarrassed at the fact that he said that she doesn't like the way that he dances.
She has a problem with my dancing. I'm like, okay, you know what? We just didn't need to tell them this.
These two things do not go together, making the Kody and Robyn scenes in this show much more insufferable than they've ever been. Is it better than them sitting in a restaurant for the entire episode talking? Yes. He's not the brightest guy. I mean, that's been clear on the show, 100%. And we see it on Special Forces. Turn right, he goes left. Turn left, he goes right.
Okay, step forward. Go over. Up. Turn your right. You're right.
Here are the instructions. Very simple. Find the box, get the hostage, leave.
I left without communication because I figured the hostage was more important than the kid.
You gotta communicate that if
And
you're
that was
leaving.
my failure.
What did you lead there? You led yourself up your own house. That was buffoonery with a capital B. Did you have any idea what you were doing? You were all over the place. It was horrendous.
Kody screws it up. Oh, also, the prevailing theme in Special Forces for all the challenges on all the shows is teamwork. They say over and over again, always have to have teamwork. You have to work together. And Kody continues episode after episode after episode, running away, leaving the women behind. I guess he thinks they're women, the lesser species. Back to the show. Kody's going to continue to try to put Robyn down now. See, this is really going to get interesting. He's so used to putting the OG3 wives down. They're not around. He doesn't know how to function and communicate and talk if he's not putting someone down. So Robyn gets it now. It's going to be great for their marriage. So Robyn goes on to explain again how she just stands still and he dances all around her. One would think Kody says, yeah, I do that. Like I have my own style of dance and it's kind of crazy, but you know, it'd be great if I learned something formal and technical, something we could do together. Like none of that comes out of his mouth. No, he says this instead.
I think she complains too much about this.
I think she complains too much, don't you? I mean, come on. He's looking right at the guy as he's talking about this too. He doesn't even peek over at the girl. He's talking to the guy like, you know what I mean, right? Women. Why did God create them?
He has his own dance. It's called the pump dance. And it's this moving arms and hips and head, and I don't even know.
No, it's not called the pump dance. He might call it the pump dance. He may have put a name to this frenetic style of dancing, but it's not called the pump dance. Just to be clear, Christine, I don't know if he misled you or if you're just misspeaking, but it's not called the pump dance. Now we have a sweet little scene back in North Carolina where Caleb and Maddie are sitting down. It's Evie and Janelle. And Caleb and Maddie are explaining to Evie how mommy's going to have the baby soon. So when she goes to the hospital, she won't be home for a full day. And Evie's so cute. Oh my gosh. Maybe I'll put clips of that in here. She's just adorable.
All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty to
You're going to be here with Grandma and Aunt Savannah.
Because I gotta keep mom under observation and baby sister.
They just have to make sure.
Observation.
They have to make sure that
Baby's healthy.
Gotta make sure mom and baby
so
are
when
healthy.
you're observing something, you're watching.
Yes.
So they just have to watch to make sure nothing bad has happened. Nothing usually does.
Mom,
I don't know if I can keep silent.
Yes, babe.
why are you getting set for the baby today?
Because it's coming soon.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
All 3 babies have come right on their due date.
Isn't that crazy? None of my kids were born on their due dates. Even the one that was induced was the day after, just because the baby was measuring really large and I went through a very long labor with my first one. So she didn't want the baby to get much larger. So she said, we'll go past your due date. If you make it past your due date, we're going to induce. We're not just going to wait until time decides it's going to get here.
Technically, it's any day.
Moving on, they're having just a sweet conversation in the kitchen. They end up moving into the living room. Maddie's packing her overnight bag. She's 3 weeks out at this point. So good for her. I didn't pack my overnight bag until like the week before, and it was too late. In the living room, Caleb's talking with Axel, basically reassuring him, I know another girl's coming into our household, but it's going to be okay. You're going to be a great big brother. That's sweet too. Great scene, great palate cleanser, loved it. Was not hoping that scene would end soon. One might think it was boring. I thought it was interesting. I love to see the inner workings of the family. I like to see the kids. I'd like to see the grandkids. I'm here for all of it. Bring it on, TLC. Okay, so the ring story is explained by Meri now. Jen said she was confused by it. I was confused by it too. I thought also he melted her ring as well, but it was his ring. He apparently, I think as I understand it now, he took the ring that she gave him off. He said, I'm melting it down to use for rings for the girls, for some of the girls. But apparently he didn't use all the gold. This is where I get confused. How many girls' rings can come out of one ring and still have enough gold left to make a necklace for Meri? Something's off in the story. Surprise, surprise. It's the Brown family. We get more information and details, and now we're more confused than we were before it even started. If you can make sense of it, write it down below.
I just always wondered why he didn't just let me have the ring. Like now it doesn't matter, obviously, because I don't even know what I'm going to do with it.
Why didn't he just let you have the ring?
How did he say it? He said that he wanted to melt it down because he didn't want me to have claim on him. So
Asshat.
That's a great word. Never heard asshat before. I might have to adopt it. Kody's an asshat. He certainly was in this situation. Especially by saying that to her. I don't want you to have any more claim on me. Oh, but Kody will go on to explain how horrible Meri was again, and it's not his fault. He had to do that.
I just didn't want Meri to have more claim on me than Christine and Janelle. There was just something about Meri who wanted more of everything, and it felt like a demand.
You don't tell me what to do.
She's horrible. More time. I mean, really. And I'm Kody Brown. Nobody demands that I do anything. Certainly not a woman. So now Meri's confused on what to do with all this gold jewelry that she has from back when she was married. Now, this is an easy one. I mean, the first one's easy too. You take it to Salvation Army. Boom. Done. This one, take it to your local jeweler and have them buy it from you. Or one of the gold places. Or the We Buy Gold. There's all kinds of places. Gold's going for a lot right now. Melt it down. Take the cash. Not melt. Just sell it to them. Take the cash. Simple solution. Not a difficult one.
David said at one point, he's like, I don't think you were really meant for polygamy. And I just think about all those discussions where Kody was like, I don't think you're meant for polygamy. He may have been right.
Absolutely. We've been saying it since the beginning. You're not made for polygamy. The only reason why you're in polygamy is because your whole family's in it. So you felt obligated to do it. Neither was Meri. Meri wasn't made for polygamy either. Janelle? No, there's an argument there. I might lose that if I tried to say Janelle wasn't made for polygamy because she really seemed to thrive in it. But Meri and Christine, they should never be in polygamy. Robyn shouldn't either, but that's for a whole separate reason. To her, it's all a game and a competition. So that's horrible, but that's a separate thing. In terms of really being hurt and feeling vulnerable and feeling jealous, Meri and Christine, I'm surprised that Christine's picking up on this now because we've been saying it for years.
It's been 84 years.
Christine and David now go through an entire conversation that we've been through numerous times, so I'm not going to replay it again. It's just the fact that women in polygamy are set up in such a system as that they need to be competing for the love of the husband and competing for the affection and competing for his time. The guys love it. Their ego thrives on the fact that the women are competing against each other and that they're battling amongst each other. Yet at the same time, they can't complain to him. That's part of the system too. They can't say a word to him because by stifling it and pretending like everything is okay, they receive extra benefits and rewards up in heaven.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
It's insane. It's not biblical, but it is insane. And then Meri talks about how she didn't do a really great job in polygamy either, and that she was very jealous and she really struggled with that. Then she says this and it breaks my heart.
I thought I was living polygamy wrong. I thought I was a human being wrong. I thought I was a woman wrong, a wife wrong. I couldn't even have a baby, for heaven's sakes. So everything about me was wrong. It was hard.
No wonder she was the way she was. Think about that. She was constantly told everything she's feeling about these other wives coming into the relationship with her husband are wrong feelings, and she's wrong for feeling them. Now, again, this is a faith she was raised in. She was like 5 years old when her parents converted. So this is all she knows. So she feels like she has no choice. She marries somebody who she falls in love with. He decides to get other wives. As he has the other wives, when she's struggling with it, she's getting scolded.
What?
She's not getting comforted. She's not getting encouraged. She's getting scolded and she's being told, you're a bad person. You are a bad AUBer. You're not getting all the kudos up in heaven. You need to get yourself together. Keep sweet, young lady. She's struggling trying to want to be friends with the women who are sleeping with her husband.
That is crazy.
And at the same time, she's struggling with fertility. And that's the piece that really gets me right there, because you really want to have a child and you can't. It breaks women. And she's watching 2 other wives pump them out. That's rough. I love how David hates polygamy.
They liked the attention. They liked it when they had to fight over them.
Oh, they love the fighting. They love the competition between the women. They use it to control the women. If you're not obeying me, I'm punishing you and I'm going to go to the other one. And the other one's like, sure, I'll take you right in. And that's what polygamy does, is control women. And it's not a right thing to do.
I love it. And I love that he's speaking out about it. And when he describes what the men in polygamy are like, he is 100% describing Kody Brown. And according to David, he's been around hundreds of polygamous men and talking to them. So I'm guessing it's because of the circles that he hung out in after his sisters got involved in polygamy. So then he started being friends with them and hanging out with them too. I thought they moved to Mexico at one point. I know there's a big polygamous AUB clan down in Mexico. But at any rate, somehow he knows all these men, even though he himself never lived polygamy, nor did his parents live polygamy.
Not to my knowledge.
How does he know hundreds of men? Are there hundreds of men? I think he's exaggerating. Okay, he's pulling a Kody right there. He doesn't know hundreds, but he knows a lot. Okay, I don't like what Janelle says here. I feel like she's defending her AUB faith.
There are a lot of tragic stories in polygamy, but there are in monogamy as well. And I think it's really dangerous to paint a whole group of people with a broad brush based on one observed experience.
And I know she said she would continue to go back to it, but like, I think she was living in a la land because the other women in the relationship, the polygamous relationship she was in, they were really struggling. She wasn't. So she thinks most women don't. I think she's just cut from a different cloth and she's a very unusual person. I would have to say 99% of women would not be okay with this if they were not raised with it, if they didn't have family members all telling them that they should do this, if they were just given two options. You can have a man who has only you for his wife. You can have a man who has you and other women all as wives. Who's going to pick this? Janelle's making it sound like she would. I don't know if she's still justifying her choice because she wasn't raised in it and she chose to be in it. So maybe that's part of where she's coming from here. Like she needs to defend the choices she made in the past. But I say, Janelle, listen, everyone's made choices in their lives that they regret. It's okay to say, you know what? It looked good from the outside and it was good for a while based on my view of it and my independence and not being around to see a lot of the chaos that happened at times. But I've come to realize for most people, it's not that great. I find it hard to believe that even the families who are doing it successfully, that there's not something off there. Like, I know they all love Joe Darger. He seems too controlling. And it makes me wonder if his wives are like extra subservient or might have self-esteem issues themselves, or I don't know.
I didn't feel like I was being controlled by Kody.
Might want to go back to therapy.
I mean, anyone who's in a polygamous relationship either has to have the highest level of self-confidence that they just don't care about anybody else, or a pretty low level of self-confidence that you're willing to share your man with somebody else. I feel like it's one extreme or the other. And Joe Darger required his women to work out every day to have banging bodies. My man did that. Bye-bye.
So David's two sisters that lived polygamy had a really, really rough time.
Because the crap that he would use, he would say, if you don't obey me, you're going to hell. There's times I wanted to beat the living crap out of that dude. And I was only 16 years old at the time.
David says the perfect thing. I love how he finished it with this.
It's not God. Because my God would never do that.
It's not God. Not the God of the Bible anyway. Some other God somebody might worship. Okay. They claim to be Christians following the good book and then have leaders in the church that teach this crap. You can't find it in the Bible. It's not there. The more you suffer, the better it is when you get to heaven. That is the craziest thing I've ever heard.
How about if we enjoy to the end? I'm just saying, what if that was can we just enjoy maybe to the end?
100%. Yes. What the whole Bible's about. Joy and love. Love is the ultimate theme in the Bible. This setup that you've got going is not loving at all. And there's no joy. No joy. Blasphemous, really.
When you take your right foot and just put it behind you. And then your left foot, if you move it, it should be the only one you can move.
So the dance lesson begins. Kody realizes he's not going to get out of it. And we see why he was fighting it and coming up with all the excuses why he didn't need to do it. And he finally actually comes out and admits, yeah, they're really good at like following steps and it's going to take me a long time to learn it. He says while he's there, we're going to have to practice this 10 times for me to get it. Later on in the talking head interview, he admits, I need to do something about 100 times before I get it. We never did say he was the brightest bulb. What I think is great about this and the fact that Kody's struggling so much to follow some pretty simple, basic movements here is I know part of the reason they're doing this is he wants his next step to be, I want to get on Dancing with the Stars. And you know what? It just might work because this is looking so horrendous and a good car crash they love on that show. They don't want an entire show of professional dancers. It's boring. But Kody, who dances all crazy and out there, kind of like, who was it from Fresh Prince? Carlton Carlton from Fresh Prince. Remember, he had like the kind of crazy dance that's sort of like Kody's, but Kody's is even crazier. The difference is Carlton could dance. He had rhythm. He could follow steps. I remember watching him on whatever season it was that he was on. I feel like Kody thinks he's Carlton and, oh, I could do it. Like, I'm kind of crazy too, but I can dance.
No, you can't.
The beauty of Dancing with the Stars too is that we could all go and vote for somebody else, and somebody else who's not good, to boost their score up and to get him to leave. So you don't want to vote for the best ones because they already have high scores from the judges. So you would vote for somebody else who's not doing great on the show, because on Dancing with the Stars, they get paid by the episode as opposed to special forces.
Bring this hand up, over, and you're gonna turn, and you are now gonna face Robyn's back, Kody. So she should be directly in front of you. And we can turn to the side so you can also see this.
So I've been stepping the wrong way this whole time.
So it appears, based on Kody's own words, it appears that numerous times they have been trying to teach him this step, which is simply have the girl go under your arm. He's trying to have her twirl him, but he's supposed to be twirling her. And according to Kody's own words, oh, I've been doing it wrong this whole time. It's such a simple move. I know nothing about dance, and I have already got it down, and I've never even physically done it with anybody. And if you give me a person here right now, I could go ahead and do the whole spin with them. I mean, this is not difficult stuff here whatsoever. As Kody's figuring it out, Robyn looks not thrilled. I'll take a photo. Remember how I said before he has to do it 10 times? This is the point where he says it, and I had forgotten what he said afterwards. Robyn says, whoa, 10 times? That's a lot. Like, she fixes her sweater or whatever. Whew, that's exhausting. I don't know about 10 times. Kody comes back with
10, that's a lot.
Well, you'll remember too.
Well, that's how you'll learn it too. You're not going to get this before 10 times either, little missy. You're a woman. Your brain's not better than mine. Kody Brown.
I'm still feeling a little bit lost. When they show me another sequence, am I going to forget this one?
Hate it when he talks to us like he's a kindergarten teacher. I guess we should all act like kindergartners. I know. Yes, you're going to forget.
100%.
100%.
And that's all we have for this episode. It's 1:03 in the morning, but I feel like I didn't say a whole lot of talking. I don't know. We'll see what happens with the editing. Thank you for staying to the very end of this. I appreciate you so much. Take care. God bless. Adios. And I will see you again next week. Goodbye, sister friends.